Neither the United States of America nor the world community of nations can tolerate deliberate deception and offensive threats on the part of any nation.
I will make you understand.
Hey everybody, I'm Tony Jones, and welcome to the Tony Jones Show.
It's not enough. People are willing to take the risk. It's sort of a herd mentality, a lemming-like mentality. If you don't go with the flow, you're anti-American and therefore a suspect.
The Tony Jones Show, featuring punk, rockabilly, psychobilly, and Providence, Rhode Island's finest, starts right now.
He's a dangerous militia member, I hear. Oh, and there she blows.
Something funny up the road, he said. I've never heard that train make that sound before. I said that I'd better check the scanner because that I swore I heard a call. Oh man, I hope that what I thought I heard was just inside my head. The repeat confirms that it's something bad, so I drive up the street. When your time is up and you had enough, please just look at me. You know it's tough and you had enough. Stay right here with you. Getting wetter from the rain that starts. It makes it hard to see just where you're bleeding. But I am sure we've got this far, and I have done all this before. It's a broken heart that needs treating. Oh man, I hope that what I thought I heard was just inside my head. The repeat confirms that it's something bad, so I drive up the street. When your time is up and you had enough, please just look at me. You know it's tough and you've had enough. I'll stay right here with you. When your time is up and you had enough, please just wait for me. You know you're tough and you had enough. I'll stay right here with you. Stay right here with you. You know you're tough and you had enough. I'll stay right here with you. When your time is up and you had enough, please just look at me. You know it's tough and you had enough. I'll stay.
Friends, the time for mediocrity and broadcasting is over. My name is Tony Jones, and you are listening to The Tony Jones Show, your destination for talk and rock. Find me online at tonyjones.org, on Facebook, facebook.com/The Tony Jones Show, and on Twitter, where I am currently hanging out, at Tony Jones in RI. If there's anything you'd like to hear, go ahead and go to Twitter, at Tony Jones in RI. Let me know, and I will play it live for you on the air, which is why you should check out the live Tony Jones Show, as opposed to the podcast, which you can find on Spreaker and iTunes and all over the internet. But this is live rock and roll radio, folks, over the airwaves, over the internet, and in podcast form. Very excited to be here with you. As always, you just heard some brand spanking new Michael Graves, The Wanderer, the name of that album. You just heard the final track, which was Man vs. Train. So I promised everybody some Michael Graves, some new Michael Graves. This is hot off the presses. This is actually my signed copy for supporting the Michael Graves Kickstarter campaign, which if you are lucky enough to, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I'm lucky enough to have a little bit of extra dough, so I very much enjoy supporting all these crowd-funded things, whether it be Kickstarter or Indiegogo or Feed the Muse. I mean, there's 100 of them out there right now. But it was my pleasure to support Michael Graves in his Kickstarter, and because of that, I got a signed copy of The Wanderer in my hot little hands right now. So we kicked off with some tunes from Michael Graves off of The Wanderer. I'll play one mid-show, and then I think we'll close with a cut off The Wanderer today. So some great music on tap for you as always. Thank you for tuning in and hanging out. We're going to go to some hot heat right now off of Make Up the Breakup, their breakout album. This song, this is a deep cut. This is a deep cut from Hot Heat. It's not Bandages, which I usually play. This one is called My Town.
Strangers chasing me, never stop to look behind my back. So tell me what they said, because I feel my life's in danger now. In this town, how did you get to my hometown to tell still? You know I walk through this town again with a crowd of strangers watching me, picking every little thing apart. So tell me what they said, because I get attitude from this town. In this town, how did you get to this town? Through this town, through this town again, knowing that I'm only here tonight. Never came to stop and say hello. So tell me what they said, because I don't have time to hang around. In this town, how did you get to this town? Through this town, through this town. Maybe I should think to stay. Maybe I won't ever return. Maybe I should stop and play. Gonna walk right through town again. Gonna walk right through this town again. Gonna walk right through this town again. Gonna walk right through this town again. But all I know is I really should be on my way. Maybe I should think to stay. Maybe I won't ever return. Maybe I should stop and play. What am I? One more night in town. One more. What am I? One more night in town. One more. What am I? One more night in town. One more. What am I? One more night in town. One more. What am I? One more night in town. One more. What am I? One more night in town. One more. What am I? One more night in town. Gonna walk right through this town again with a crowd of strangers chasing me. Never stop to look behind my back. So tell me what they said,
Going out by request and dedicated to all my old school goths and punks listening out there over the air and over the internet and via podcast. Some Susie Sue, that's right, Susie and the Banshees. Hong Kong Gardens, the name of that one. One of the best goth songs to dance to. Do that old goth two-step to that one. Before that, we heard from the Hot Hot Heat, This Town, the name of that track. Make Up the Breakup, Hot Hot Heat's Breakout album from quite a few years ago, now that I think about it. Tony Jones here, your old pal, your host. You're tuned into the Tony Jones Show. Online at TonyJones.org, on Facebook, Facebook.com/The Tony Jones Show, and on Twitter at Tony Jones NRI. Be sure to check in with me on social media during the live broadcast and, of course, throughout the week. Big show coming up this evening. If you're catching the live program, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that in a little while. It's happening at Simon's, and I hope you can make it down and meet me down there and have some delicious, thirst-quenching Narragansett beers or whatever quenches your thirst these days. Man, everybody's talking about that Del Shandy. It is like crack. It's Rhode Island crack right now, the Del Shandy. And speaking of things local, we're going to swing our attention back to some local music. Unfortunately, he no longer is local. He's moved to Nashville, Tennessee, but he is a local boy nonetheless. We're going to hear from Joe Fletcher and The Wrong Reasons off of White Lighter. This is Every Heartbroken Man right here on The Tony Jones Show.
Beside the bed when you